How to play Free Willy at the lake. Free Willy is a great game to play at a lake with a shoreline or in a large pool with a shallow end. It can be played with as few as 4 people, and as many as you want, but additions of 3 or 4 people at a time work best. 4, 7, 11. There are 3 teams and the game plays out like a complex version of freeze tag. Steps. 1. Choose the Willy. This is a person who is rooting for no team, but whose goal it is to make it to shore. The shore or other goal is where they become free. There should only be 1 Willy. But if there is an uneven number of players, a second Willy could be added to change the game a bit. Both Willis must make it to shore for the Guardians to lose. The Willy starts deep enough for people to swim around him, her. Neck, deep on a shallow shore, seems to work well. The Willy also starts frozen, at the pre-determined starting locations. 2. Choose the Guardians. They can also be called the captors or just it. This team is the only team that can get points. The Guardians guard the Willy and prevent the freers from getting to Willy, to prevent Willy from getting to shore, and ultimately freeze all the freers. There should be 1 Guardian for every 2 freers. The Guardians are near the Willy, but should be required to maintain a set distance away from the Willy, depending on the talent and difficulty of the players. 3. Make the rest of the players freers. Their goal is to allow the Willy to make it to shore. The freers can remain anywhere else in the play area, as long as they remain partially in the water. In a pool, they may be required to stay completely in the water. 4. Designate areas where certain players can't go, as illustrated in the diagram. The circle in the middle represents the area that the Guardians can't go, and the zigzags above the Willy represents the area that the Guardians shouldn't be allowed to camp. 5. Announce the rules as follows. The freers attempt in any way, underwater, above water, strategy, lowering, etc., to free Willy by unfreezing him, her. If Willy is tagged by a freer, the Willy needs to try to get to the shore as quickly as possible. If a Guardian tags Willy before she reaches the shore, Willy is frozen in place again. If a Guardian tags a freer at any point, the freer is frozen in place. Another freer can come and unfreeze the frozen freer. If a freer accidentally touches a Guardian, the freer is not frozen. A Guardian must touch the freer with his hand. If the Willy makes it to shore, the current Guardians receive 1 point. If the Guardians freeze all of the freers before Willy can make it to shore, the Guardians receive +1 point. After each round, one of the Guardians will become a Willy. The Willy becomes a freer, and a freer becomes a Guardian. It should be arranged so that every player has the same number of times playing as each role, but primarily as Guardian, as that is the only role that can gain or lose points. 6. Tally each person's points at the end of the game to see who won. Tips. No players should play with pre-determined truces. Each round the teams change, thus a truce that exists across 2 opposing teams will sway the balance of the game. The freers should spread out to make it more difficult for the Guardians. If after a few rounds, more people have negative points than people have positive points, make it easier for the Guardians by reducing, or removing, the zone around the Willy that the Guardians cannot go. Or reduce the number of freers. If almost everyone has positive points after a few rounds, increase the zone around Willy, or increase the number of freers. You can add difficulty to the Guardian team by not allowing them to go underwater, or forcing them to not stand between the shore and Willy. Traveling through the zone should be allowed, but camping this zone should not. Not very clear water will benefit the freers as they can swim underwater without being detected, while clear water will benefit the Guardians, as they can see a aquatic attack coming. A large play area is required, especially with more than 4 people, as the freers being able to spread out and swim away from the guardians is a necessity. The Willy must stay alert, as a tag from a freer may come at unexpected times from unexpected angles. A tag in the legs from a submersed freer should not be unusual. Warnings. Only play this game with experienced and strong swimmers, as some underwater play is required and a bit of roughhousing may occur. Extended periods of time treading water may occur as well. Playing with dishonest players may ruin the game. Honesty is required, as being tagged becomes a he said, she said argument.